Welcome back, lads, to another Dauntless video. And today we've got the first episode of my new series, Rate My Build. And today, I've been looking forward to doing this video all week, but I haven't got around to doing it. But I finally got around to doing it today. It's exactly midnight here in the UK. If you want to comment you guys' times in the comment section below, that would be kind of cool just to see the exact time of everyone around the world who does watch these videos, especially since it is midnight here, and it gives me a very good indication to see who does watch my videos at what time. So definitely post the time you're watching the video as of now. But anyway, back to the video, Rate My Build. And yes, it's the first installment of my new series. If you are in my Discord, you would have already seen it, but I've posted a important message in there. I added everyone, and Spelly was the only person who actually got back to me, my ex-guild officer. Rip in the chat for Spelly leaving. Yes, I don't blame her for leaving because I haven't been playing the game much, but regardless, what this Rate My Build series is about is where you guys post a build in my Discord, in my channel somewhere, just somewhere where I can see it with the hashtag RMB, which obviously stands for Rate My Build. Obviously tag the build link next to it so I can see it, and then I will obviously do a video based on just that video on that build itself. I will give it ratings based on a couple of things which you're going to see in a moment. But today, as I've already said, Spelly has given me the first build of the series. We shall see how good this actually works with you guys, and if you do like these sort of videos. If you do, then obviously I'll do more of it. If not, then obviously I probably won't. So if you do like content like this, guys, definitely leave it a like, and I would really appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, definitely leave it a sub as well. But first, looking at the build, she can kind of flexed right now, but yes, torgadoro Chainblades, arguably one of the best in the game. We have she has bonded the Inferno's Fangs are +3 overpower, Serrated Blades and Reaper's Dance. We've then got Cunning and Berserker tagged in. Ember's Main's Rapture was the choice of Lantern, Catalyst, Discipline as well, Shroud Head with overpower. We have the Mulcarian Koshai chest, with Catalyst, Mulcarian Arms of Berserker, I forgot the name, Chronivore legs with Pulse, and then the tonics wasn't given, but I'm just going to go with Blitz Frenzy and Ether Drive just because I can see it being a / meta build or for DPS. She did also say if she wants to save her pots, she goes with Cascade and Cascade, which is really a nice option. So I'm going to test both options, but obviously we're going to test out the Catalyst first just because of damage purposes. But guys, I'm going to pass you through to a clip in just a moment. As you can see right now, the perk summary is here, +6 of all perks: Berserker, Catalyst, Cunning, Overpower, Predator, and Pulse. I will leave the build in the description below just in case you want to obviously copy it for yourself. First, let's test out the power rating, and this is how powerful the build is in general. Also, I am sorry if you hear my keyboard clicking. I accidentally recorded the footage with my microphone on, so yes, rip. Anyway, as you can see, we're fighting Flameborn Reza, and I thought it would be a good example, obviously because I'm using fire against fire, just to prove how strong this build actually is and why it is so potent just against, to be fair, anything. Just imagine this against a Pangar or a Frost Escalation if it is trading through Flameborn Reza like this. I am going to give it a power rating of actually 10. I know it sounds really weird to give the highest score for it, but it genuinely is that strong, and it is probably one of the best builds in the game now in terms of DPS, in my opinion. If you have any other better ideas to correct this build without changing anything apart from the cell slots by making it more powerful, definitely let me know. But I also have lost Predator in this fight, and this fight has only taken me literally just under a minute, so that's why I'm giving it a score of 10 for power. Next, we've got versatility, and by this I mean how versatile and how well does this build work against behemoths, which is its obviously counterpart, as in fire. You saw how well it did against Flameborn Reza. Now we're fighting a Hellion, which has got pretty much similar HP and obviously quite annoying to fight as well in general. And as you can already see, I've already got it down on the floor with a stagger. So I am going to give it a versatility of 10 because it is actually shredding through fire behemoths pretty damn quickly. I've already got a stagger, I've already got a break point, and it's already on half health in literally 30 seconds. This example on a Flameborn Reser I think is enough just to show you how versatile this build actually can be, and that's why I'm giving it a max rating of 10. And no, this won't always happen. It's just, this happens to be one of the better builds out there anyway, so I do apologize for the high ratings. Moving on to the usefulness of the build, and this is just how useful it is in terms of just end game, beginning game, whenever you can craft this build, how just general it does act for other behemoths, not just for its weak counterparts. As in, if I was first in Pangar, it obviously would work pretty nicely because it's weak against fire, but obviously Shroud is Umbral and it's got no boost against Umbral, so as you can see, it's already doing very, very well. It's already third health. I've already got a stagger, and the part breaks are about to just flow. I am going to give it only a rating of 7, which is still pretty decent. I think it can be improved. I think its usefulness isn't the greatest. It can be used for most behemoths, but because of the whole Predator business, keeping the Predator up to make it the best it can be, I'm only going to give it a 7. Fourth point to cover, usability and just how easy it is to use in general. I do deliberately get hit here just so I can lose Predator, just to show you the damage difference. Yes, I generally did get hit on purpose before you start being like, nah, you didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, it still does shred regardless if I do lose Predator, but if you do want to maximize damage, you've got to keep Predator up, which is the whole problem with this build. Some people might want to tank hits, some people might not be as good in terms of dodging, and that's why I'm only going to give it a rating of 7. It is still very good, but I think obviously if there was no Predator in the build, it would make it a lot more usable for other people who don't actually play the game as much or just want to have a more chilled focus to the game. These final two fights are against Embermane and Riftstalker, and I've changed Catalyst for Cascade just so you can see the benefits of damage. But I am going to just in general explain the craft ability now, and this is the weak point of the build. I've only given it a rating of 3 just because it is pretty difficult to make this build. You need the Torgadoro's parts to make it, which is a legendary piece of gear. The Chronovore's legs, which is another legendary piece of gear. Arms is Malkarian, which is another legendary piece of gear. Shroud is endgame content, so very difficult to craft. And obviously the chest is Koshai, which isn't the hardest to make. The Koshai chest actually does make the craftability go up to a 3, otherwise it would be actually a 2 or a 1. But yeah, that's the only letdown to this build, is that it does require you to be pretty much end game for this build to work. So I'm going to leave you with this Riftstalker fight, and we will go into the final scores of the build. Alright lads, and that will end the video. But first things first, we have to go over the final scores. And the way to do that is we get all of the other scores from all 5 compartments I've marked the build on. And the scores will be as follows. The versatility score was 10, the power was 10, usefulness was 7, usability was 7, and then the craftability was 3. The way to find the average score of all these points is to add them all together, which is 37. Then we divide that by how many compartments there is, which is 5. That leaves a total score of 7.4, or an overall mean, or an overall average. And this build was actually really, really good in my opinion, but I had to dock some marks and make a category which made it not seem actually perfect. This is a build which I actually would use just for slaying everything, in my opinion. It's probably one of my favorite go-to builds anyway, and it's a nice build to cover to start off with. So thank you, Spelly, for putting this one for the first episode of the Rate My Build series. But guys, I've been Average. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If not, leave it in the comment section below, let me know. But without further ado, guys, I will see you in the next video.